Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Girl Chat Sports live here on Vegas Video Network. And it is episode 3.
Episode 3. 3 for Wednesday and 3 for, well,
Trace, drink wine, all that kind of stuff.
I know.
Three's a charm, right? Three's a charm.
Hey.
I know. So congratulations.
Trace.
You are watching the only sports online broadcasting here in Vegas, all ran by females, maybe everywhere else in the country. We're not sure. And if you hadn't noticed, we have a little testosterone in our group today.
A lot of testosterone.
Yeah.
Hello,
Gerome Sapp.
Hello, Gerome Sapp.
Whoa, yeah, we're going to get back to that in a second.
In 1 second.
In 1 second. You can watch us live every Wednesday on VegasVideoNetwork.com/live at 6 p.m. Pacific
time.
because we are here in Vegas.
Yes.
Freezing Las Vegas.
Freezing.
Gravy.
God, it was like 32 degrees.
How to drink wine, just stay warm.
Yeah.
Extra wine. Yep.
Hence why you have a
Just to
bottle
stay
behind
warm.
you.
Just to stay warm. Exactly, right? What else? I don't know. White in the summer, red in the winter. It's a thing. I'm Jamie Collier, your host, founder of GirlChatSports.com. So that's our online... I can't even talk today. I'm sorry. It's all the wine.
We're distracted.
I am very distracted. I was going to say I'm a
I don't
Michigan.
have to look that way, so I think it's easier.
It's in my peripherals. Okay. Peripheral? Yeah. There you go. Anyway, so we are here from Girl Chat Sports, and I am a Michigan Wolverines fan. I say this every week. I'm wearing my blue, drinking on my blue mug.
Doesn't own any blue gear. I'm
look,
sorry.
I have one T-shirt. I have one over there.
I know.
Yeah. So I don't have any NFL loyalties, so my loyalties can be bought based on whatever city I'm living in at
With
the time.
Yellowtail wine.
Oh, I do have a loyalty. That's not an NFL loyalty.
No, I'm saying you can be bought.
I can be
with
bought by
some
Yellowtail wine, or
Yes.
but whatever team happens to give me a call.
Right.
So
I'm Melissa Ferris, co-founder of Girl Chat Sports, and I hail Rain from Seattle, Washington, Husky alumni. Go Dogs, and Seahawks aficionado. Hence all of the random.
you've kind of taken
Seahawks.
over. I'm not gonna lie.
I know Seahawks. There's little Mariners, some Sonics, but of course my Bulls, which I will talk about maybe later.
I know we will. So on our show today, we have Gerome Sapp. Hi, Jerome.
If you haven't noticed
If you
already.
haven't noticed, in addition to our crew.
Hello, everyone. I just want to know where you pulled that Supersonics hat from right there.
Hello, attic. This is old school right here. Okay, I think
She
maybe-
dusted it off.
it's a little.
Lord.
It could use a little cleaning, maybe. But hey, it's Supersonic.
You're a super fan though, so
I
that's
mean, I'm
cool. That's
hometown.
cool.
You know, hometown.
And Jamie, you don't have any loyal, like who do you find yourself rooting for in terms of a pro team?
Well,
Last weekend she was in Seattle, so she probably rooted for the Seahawks.
I did. The one game that I've watched in probably its entirety, the entire season.
Okay.
So, or I like the Atlanta Falcons. Sometimes the Minnesota Vikings. I know, some of their scouts. So, but after Senior Bowl, we're going down to Senior Bowl in Mobile this week, this next year, and we'll see. It might change.
Okay, is it based on like a player, like coming out of college? Like who he gets drafted to? Like a
I'm going for Jannard Robinson with the Jags. Let's talk. See, I know a little NFL.
Okay.
Just
Well,
dive in.
let's talk about today's show, though.
Let's talk about today
Because we obviously have some eye candy in the studio.
He's not just eye candy though. He's a talented
not.
athlete,
He's a talented,
an entrepreneur.
I don't want to cut it short. I don't want to cut him short for no reason. I mean, obviously, talented athlete, talented entrepreneur.
You stick to eye candy.
Some eye
too.
candy
Eye
too,
candy.
of course.
He didn't wear his bow tie. So.
He didn't wear the bow tie today.
That's not this week.
Showing a little skin today.
Oh, the ladies will love it.
We've got some news in regards to college football.
We do, a little
some
bit.
stories. We have something about Serena. I heard.
Yeah, I got some Serena Williams updates. So I gotta get to that.
Little bit of a little tidbit on Kobe Bryant's 2016 World Tour retirement party. That he's
Opening
doing.
act, Brandy.
Opening act, Brandy and Ray J. If you
I'm
didn't
still
catch
waiting for that
us,
one.
that was the last one.
Episode 1.
Yeah, and maybe some arms of the NFL. Maybe just
my
a
favorite.
couple or a few.
4.
I don't know. 4.
Okay, 4.
Yeah.
So Jerome, you played for Notre Dame,
I
safety,
did.
and
I
then you
did.
went on to play for the Colts and Ravens, or Ravens Colts. Maybe I'd flip those.
Ravens, Colts, then Ravens.
Okay, like a
Yeah,
Colt sandwich. Got it.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah,
All right.
that's exactly what it was.
Well, tell us. I mean, how did you get started in that? Give us a brief overview and tell us kind of maybe some of your awesome recruiting stories. I've heard.
Okay, so I guess
lead you in there.
I couldn't start the story unless I had to start like in middle school. I guess.
Are you going back to Texas again?
Texas. Of course.
Of course,
He
I'm
had-
going back to
he had to
Texas.
go
The
to
drinking
Texas.
word of the day
Yeah.
is Texas. Every time you hear this word, take a
It's
drink.
like everyone from Texas, they're like people who do CrossFit and vegans. We got to tell you we're from Texas. I mean, we
There are no
have to.
CrossFitters or vegans in Texas.
I'm
Wait,
just
are there?
saying, like the
maybe Austin.
passion for it, Anyway, so I grew up in Texas, where football is king. I mean,
Of course.
I guess I won't start in middle school. I started well, actually, I was recruited to play high school from middle school. Like, they recruited us out of middle school, which is crazy, right?
It's serious.
It's
serious. It's like Bishop
serious.
Gorman-ish kind of.
Yes. Like it's funny, Bishop Gorman recruits athletes, which they should, and they're able to because they're a private school. But that's been going on in Texas since forever. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, so high school football, started off as a running back. And, my coach, going into my sophomore year, I was 160 pounds, like right after the season.
Which you're clearly not now.
Clearly not now. I'm 162 pounds. No.
Of all muscle.
I'm not even going to say. I'm going to leave that one.
But I gained 30 pounds in maybe 2 months, 3 months actually. So my coach was like, "Yo, like you're playing varsity safety," like, and I'm like, "No, but I'm a running back." And he's like, "No, you're a safety now." And my brother was a running back too. My brother's a year older than me, and the coach was like, "No, you and your brother are gonna start on varsity as the free and strong safety." And we never tackled anybody before, like in an organized football setting or whatever. But it actually worked out well. So to answer your question, that year I was all first team all city, which is pretty interesting. My junior year I was first team all state and all American, and senior year I was basically all USA, all whatever, and I had every college in the world recruited me from,
AKA the shit. Okay.
I think he's got that T-shirt. He just says it on the back. He's like, I got this.
Hello, here's my
put it like this. Like, it was interesting because football was never like I was always into so much more. Like, I had track. Like, we were all state and track, which is in Texas is a big thing too.
So would you compare yourself to Russell Wilson?
Hey,
wait!
whoa.
I'm just saying, like, the multifaceted athlete. That's all. I was trying to be like, whoa. Cam Newton? I don't know. He's not even a safety.
In track, I had track scholarships too. So, but I wouldn't have excelled like those, like Russell Wilson did in baseball. I wasn't that fast in track, at least at that time. Whatever.
Not all American and all Texas and.
Yeah, I mean, for me to have continued to run track, I would have still had to run about 190, 95 pounds, and I knew I had to gain weight. I wanted to gain weight for football, so I would have, basically eliminated myself from being able to compete at a high level. So back to football. So I was the number one player in the state of Texas, and the number 3 player in the nation coming out my senior year. Which is interesting because that year was the first year .com recruiting started to blow up. So, which was pretty interesting. So, it was cool. I mean, it really was like being the hot guy or girl in school, and everybody wanted you. Like,
did you like walk into a party and you're like, "I'm Sapp, what's up?"
Yeah. Well, so you end up picking Notre Dame, but if you had to pick solely based on best recruiting trip, where would you have gone? Oh,
that's easy. University of Texas. I mean, the Texas Angels.
Hometown love.
I mean, well, it wasn't. I mean, you got to understand. Like, in one, obviously, we've already determined football is king in Texas. I mean, in high school, I played in front of 40,000 people, and it wasn't even a state championship.
Oh goodness.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
are we talking like blue chip?
Well, it was a blue chip. I was a blue chip.
What the heck is a blue chip?
You seen the movie Blue Chips?
Never seen the movie Blue Chips?
No.
Or He Got Game?
Shaquille O'Neal? Yeah. Oh my gosh. We'll have to talk.
That's exactly what the highest level of recruit is a blue chip type thing.
Oh.
And then they give you a star rating, like 5 is a high. I was a 5-star blue chip recruit type thing. So
They're doing anything and everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
So
to
Bobby,
have you there.
everything. No, really, it was funny. Like having grown up, my mom raised me, and education was important. So schoolwork, homework, she didn't care, whatever, which she shouldn't have cared. I mean, how big I got in recruiting and whatever. I mean, so it was funny. I would come home sometimes, and coaches would be lined up to have meetings, like lines up in their cars to have meetings. And I remember Bobby Bowden, Joe Paterno, at the time, Bob Davie, Coach Carr from Michigan.
Did your mom keep the house super clean all the time?
No. We kept the house super clean. Yeah.
Look, chores. When you get home, son.
And, it was each one of them had a set amount of time to chat with me on this particular occasion. And, it was like speed dating, So it was cool. Going into high school, I mean, they would walk around with me in high school. And I remember one Coach Neuheisel, actually put his feet up on my mom's coffee table.
Ooh.
And,
Rick.
you know, you don't do that in a black Southern Baptist home. You know what I'm saying? Like yes, Coach, can you get your feet off the table, please?
Would you mind?
So it's cool. I mean, but for me, I always kept it in perspective, I think. And I think because of that, even years later, transitioning out of the pros, which we'll get to, was not as difficult for me. But at the time, it was just like, man, this is cool. Like, yeah. Let me meet with you. Let me figure it out. But then let me get on to something else that I want to enjoy, like track, or at the time doing this or doing that. Like I didn't like wear it on my sleeves as like I was the number one player. Like, so I think I was able to enjoy it mostly. But to your point, University of Texas, the Texas Angels, which were girls that they assigned to us to take us around.
Well, I'm sure we're terribly ugly.
Yeah,
he said Texas again. I'm just going to
keep drinking. Someone's going home drunk tonight.
Actually, but no, Jamie, Michigan, I could have sworn to you I was going to Michigan.
I think we would have been better friends if you'd gone to Michigan.
Charles Woodson won the high. First, watching Charles Woodson that whole year, I mean, it was like a defensive back's dream to watch this guy play both ways, because that's all of our dreams, defensive players, to play both ways, you know. And then for him to actually win on the field.
And I got it. And that means
on the football
means
field,
playing on offense and defense.
Yes.
And the people that are watching.
Yeah. So when he won it, they went to the Rose Bowl, right? That year. The Rose Bowl. Picture of him
year?
with the
Which
Rose.
year did you go to?
No.
Which year were you getting recruited?
It was 90.
Oh, wait, don't date yourself. Don't date yourself. Back in the day.
Wasn't this around when like the Huskies were in the Rose Bowl with Michigan?
Yeah. I think so.
You know college football.
Yeah.
Listen, my whole goal with this show is to teach Melissa
because it had something to do with my team.
Yeah.
That's okay.
No. So I could have sworn I was going to Michigan, and in fact, Michigan it came down to Texas, Notre Dame, and Michigan. To be honest with you, and then it was Miami, SC, and some other schools. But Michigan and the business school was amazing too.
Oh yeah.
So it was actually hard to say.
So
no
you
to
picked
Michigan.
a school that was almost as cold.
Yeah,
as Michigan.
So somehow I did that. But the interesting thing was Notre Dame was my worst visit, though. I mean, we sit around the dorms at Notre Dame. I mean, my dorm was actually built in 1882. And like, why the hell are we at Notre Dame? Like literally,
where are those Texas Angels?
Yeah, why are we? I mean, yeah, there was no angels at Notre Dame. I mean, there was nothing. Like,
there was some Irish spunk.
I mean, we didn't see girls' skin because they were covered up. It was
it's
cold.
Catholic school.
Well, not because of that. Actually, it was a wet campus, so they got loose in that aspect.
Oh my! Get loose.
That Grey Goose gets you loose. To this song too.
The insider scoop.
But because it was snow, like 8 months of the year, it was freezing, so they were always covered up. Like, and even on the main visit, where they, each program has a signature visit weekend. It's usually around their football banquet where they give awards and you get to hang out with all the stars and stuff like that. And Notre Dame's football weekend, it was 2 feet of snow on the ground.
Ew.
I mean, it wasn't a girl in sight, at least worthy.
Worthy.
Okay.
But but here's the cool thing. So the reason you chose Notre Dame is not because of the ancillary things that go along with being a big time college athlete and stuff like that. Like, it was for the benefit of Notre Dame type thing, and not only not the benefit of why you're there for 4 years, because there was no real social life at Notre Dame compared to other, relatively speaking. But it was really the degree that you'd get afterwards type thing. Mm-hmm. But back to what you said, yeah, Texas was amazing. I mean, actually,
what happens in Texas stays in Texas, or
no? That's not.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything is bigger in Texas. My brother ended up dating. Well, I guess you would call it dating.
Technically,
the angel that showed me around. I mean,
oh wow,
it was a good time.
Did she show you around?
Oh my gosh, I feel like that's enough.
She showed me everything University of Texas had to offer.
Ooh, Lord.
And then some.
God bless y'all.
But it was cool. It was definitely an experience. I mean, I wish I would have taken all of my visits, actually, if I were to do it all over again.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, but,
awesome.
Yeah.
We got a couple other questions. We're going to kind of work them in. I've got to talk about Serena.
Please go ahead.
I got to talk about Serena.
Because you're going to hang out with us for the rest of the show.
I'll be here.
Okay, perfect.
I was very rude. I didn't even. Can you please hang out with us and we'll work the rest of your questions? We'll mention Texas a couple more times.
I know you're dying for Serena. Come
Oh
on.
my gosh, I have to talk about
hear
Serena.
it.
Okay, so Serena Williams is named Sports Illustrated's sports person.
And that picture was hot.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Of the year. Okay, so that's not the controversy. She beat a horse. She beat American Pharoah. Okay, now I have two problems with this. Two. One, you beat a horse.
Because the horse
she's half
is...
stallion anyway.
Two, no, maybe I got three. Two, why is the horse even in the running? That's not even a person.
Well, it's almost.
I mean, I know
Crown,
you know. Yeah, it's a horse.
I know.
But in three, I mean, the controversy, Sports Illustrated. Fox Sports.
Caitlyn Jenner won Woman of the Year. I
know. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on.
Enough is enough. Okay?
I know. When a horse is the sports. I mean, I know you won the Triple Crown, but you're a horse. You're gonna be dead in about 10 minutes. So.
No. Yeah, I don't.
Who do you think should have possibly, not necessarily won it, but in the running for it? I guess.
Sports person
of this year. Yeah.
This year. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that.
Okay. Yeah.
I was reading the Fox Sports controversy because they were talking about it and saying like, oh, American Pharoah should have won, and I'm like, that's a horse.
Yeah.
Like you wake up and you're like, well, I didn't win the Grand Slam. I'm Serena Williams. But I did beat a horse. I beat a horse this year. I think you're done.
I think you're good. She'd have
right. I had to get to that.
I know it's okay. But in other news, so we had the Heisman Trophy winner that happened this weekend. We've got.
I don't like to talk about Alabama, but go for it.
I know, but
I'm sorry.
Teams that wear red.
Derrick Henry.
I mean, I'm a little confused here. Okay. Well, I'm actually really not confused. But Derrick Henry and what's the kid from LSU?
Leonard Fournette.
Fournette.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a period when they were considering him the greatest running back of all time.
That was like the beginning of the season.
That was like the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
But then did you see how he just kind of woo?
Him and Ezekiel Elliott from Ohio State went.
Well, my thing is like, which I thought he would basically that the way they ran him like a horse wouldn't be sustainable. But at a certain point, like. That's just the media, right? I mean, saying he's the greatest, he's done this and that, which he did do a lot of good things. But now he didn't even win the Heisman, and he
didn't even nominated for.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's crazy to me.
Yeah,
like,
as an athlete, though, how much of that is media and how much of that is actual athleticism?
Right.
I'm curious.
Well, one of my questions that I wanted to ask too
actually.
was that kind of ties in was. As an NFL, as a college star like Johnny Manziel, you go into the league and you're kind of like
Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
Versus there's guys like like the Russell Wilsons or even like now Tyler Lockett, who is a great wide receiver rookie for the Seahawks. They're coming in, they're becoming these stars in their own right when they were drafted like 5th, 6th round.
Well, there's two things. One, to piggyback on what you just said, Jamie. The media is a real engine for Heisman and for a lot of things. I mean, in college, if you have 2 good games in the right time, your draft status will go up too. It will go up. I mean, I played with guys that were first rounders, second rounders that were garbage. Literally, they were garbage. And the only reason they played, and the only reason they didn't get cut, because they had invested so many millions in them. So they got to the point, it's like, well, shit, we already put this money in him. Let's just keep him out there and hope that he somehow comes around to becoming the player that we and everyone else thinks he is.
Tim Tebow.
And the thing is, like, at a certain point, if you're out there long enough, something good is going to happen. And then, what do you hear? Oh, well, there's the first round pick we drafted. Well, shit, I mean, that's the first interception he had in, 2 years type thing. So to answer your question, a lot of guys, whether it's because of injuries in college and they didn't get to play their whole senior year or any of their senior year or their junior year, which is the most important year to some people, they fall below the radar. I mean, not to put this back on me, but for example,
let's go ahead and put it back on.
I mean, I was a 6th round pick, and the reason I was a 6th round pick, and I know this for a fact, which I'll tell you how, is I broke my navicular in my wrist, which is a very sensitive bone. So I did that the last game of my senior year against USC, but ended up playing the rest of the game. Broke it the first play, thanks to Justin Tuck, who still owes me some money.
Justin, if you're out there, pay up.
Played in the bowl game, the senior bowl game, but they didn't think I'd be ready for my rookie year. So my draft status dropped. So then you get a guy like me who should have been a 2nd round pick, because then the Ravens told me, we were going to draft you in the 2nd round. Then the Colts told me the same thing. I'm like, why'd you even tell me that now? Like I would have been better off if I didn't know that. That would have been that's a difference of like $2 million of signing bonus money. That just slipped through the cracks. So when you give them a chance now in the pros, they excel, and it looks like
takes everybody out.
Yeah, like where did this guy come from? Well, he just slipped through the cracks. But also, you mentioned Johnny Manziel. I know we've debated this. It's the system. A lot of it too is the system.
Put down the drinks.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the system.
Right?
The system you get drafted into. Like Cleveland is a black hole for any quarterback. I mean, you go down the line. I mean, Brady Quinn. Like, so, I mean,
Cleveland's kind of a black hole. Period.
It's a black hole. Period. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Cleveland.
Sorry, Cleveland fans.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the system you get drafted into dictates a lot. Russell Wilson one, he's very talented. And the thing I like about him, too, is he's extremely intelligent, too. But he got drafted to the right place at the right time because Pete Carroll, he's a dream to play for. And he lets guys,
do what
they have to do within their skill sets, within the scheme type thing. And that's a player's dream. So it's a function of a lot of things, but it all starts too with the media hyping you to be some players more than what they really are.
Yeah, not to cut you off. Yeah. In your opinion, do you think Derrick Henry was worthy of the Heisman this year? I mean, I know we were seeing Leonard Fournette at the beginning. Everybody was proclaiming all of these things. Ezekiel Elliott from Ohio State.
No. He did what he needed to on the field to win the Heisman, and I think he's a great collegiate running back. But I think on the next level he will struggle though, simply, but because of the way he runs the ball. Like, I mean, he's a tall guy and he runs upright, and as a safety, we would have lit his ass up like every single time. Like, so I think he's a great collegiate running back. But it won't. I don't think it'll translate to the pros.
We'll just have to watch and see how it plays out.
Yeah.
I
hope it translates.
And speaking of hype, I mean, just so we could all talk about this, we all know there was a big discussion we've had for the last couple weeks. Is the Warriors or the Panthers going to lose first? And I think we all realized this past week the Warriors went down first to the Bucks.
Yeah.
And Carolina is 13-0. Dabbing away crazy. Coaches are dabbing. Owners are dabbing. Team dabbing pictures when games aren't even over.
Dabbing is like a thing. I think the Oxford Dictionary is going to put that in the word.
And I do believe that dabbing should die in 2015. I think we're done, and I think there should be no more.
There should be more dabbing.
No more dabbing.
Dab in? It's dab in, right?
Kill the dabbing.
Okay.
Dabbing.
Don't kill the dabbing.
But so how hard is it? Undefeated. I mean, how hard is that to accomplish? And I mean, last team to do it was the Patriots, I think.
It's tough. However, it doesn't mean anything though in the regular season. That what I just said sounds crazy, right?
No,
it's kind of contradictory. Like, it's tough, but it doesn't mean anything. But I've been a part of a team like that. I mean, actually, so here's the other crazy part. When I was with the Colts one year, we didn't win a single preseason game. We went 0 and whatever, and everyone's like, "Oh, you guys are going to be terrible this year," and we're just laughing like. Because one, we only ran
10%
of our plays. Like, guys were resting. Like, then we went 13-0 during the regular season, and we probably would have went undefeated. But I think that was the year Coach Dungy's son committed suicide, which shook the whole team to the core. And Coach Dungy had to leave, obviously. Then we lost the next game, so we ended up going 14-2. And whatever.
All fun stuff.
Do you also think that, like, I mean, 13-0, but do you think because they really haven't done too well in the playoffs that's the reason they're not giving much hype to this whole, like, people keep complaining, well, why aren't we talking MVP for Cam? Why isn't the Panthers some, great team?
When did Cam get so good? I got to stop. Like, I've never paid attention to Carolina Panthers at all. I mean, Cam's hot, but aside from that,
he has a killer style.
All of a sudden this year, he's just like, hey, by the way, we're talking about that.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that are awesome to look at.
Oh, did you want to go there?
I mean, we could go there now and kind of.
I think it's only appropriate.
It is very appropriate
that we discuss #arms of the NFL. So,
favorite segment.
I'm gonna step out of this segment real quick.
Oh,
you got to stay. You got to stay.
We like to have arms in the
arms in the house and arms on the screen.
Yeah. So
right,
first,
who do you got?
Okay, Daniel Hunter. He's a
Daniel
defender.
Hunter?
Whew, good Lord. He went to LSU. He plays for the Vikings, and he's.
I like how you have a Seahawks picture. Melissa picks these pictures, by the way. I have no control over these.
I wouldn't want necessarily to show them putting down Russell, but
that's the only one you can find.
Look at those arms, though.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Second, Luke. I can't even say his name right ever. Kuechly.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Linebacker for the Carolina Panthers, the 13-0 Panthers.
Good. Look, he's like, I'm 13-0. He's got it. Right
Boston
there.
College grad. And also we've got Vince Williams.
Vince, where you at? Oh,
yeah.
I like that.
Thanks. You like that little, yeah. Vince Williams, linebacker. He played Florida State. He plays with the Steelers now, that Iron Curtain over there. And
I'm not a Steelers fan.
And a little
Don't look at me.
TBT we've got.
We always do a TBT.
Yeah,
they're so
throwback,
fun.
Little
Yeah.
throwback Thursday, early surprise guest. Oh,
who's our TBT?
I mean, no, none other than our own guest, Gerome Sapp. Hey!
Oh, you could have got some better arms than that.
I mean, well,
you were showing
we
your
were
arms.
hoping that you could show some in person.
I'll give you something like that.
Oh,
I can't
thank
do
you.
There you go. We have in-person
Okay, I'm
arms.
done.
Okay,
That's it.
That's our show.
And we're done. So we'll just cut out to
What's
his
the
arms.
rest of the show? Forget it.
Drink more wine.
Nothing at all.
Give you some of that.
Yeah.
It's a little warm.
We support our athletes.
It's a little warm.
Sure.
It's a little warm. Yeah.
Got a little warm in here.
Lord.
What else are we talking about?
I mean, we can also
Thank you
talk
for being our arms of the NFL.
No problem. Yeah.
I know.
I aim to please, right?
Yeah.
Well,
we like
I'm
it.
sure you pleased a few out there, including us here. So
For sure,
that's
for
very
sure.
nice.
We didn't even have to say Texas for that one. I'm just going to.
You're just going to keep drinking. That's cool. One quick thing that I wanted that was a little tidbit of info. So there's a Taylor University Trojans in Indiana. They have a college basketball team. They actually have a thing called Silent Night. So every year in December, the weekend before finals, they have a basketball game they play at home. The crowd the crowd is packed into their auditorium, coliseum, whatever you want to call it.
They probably play in a gymnasium.
I was going to say, Taylor, what?
Yeah,
whatever, gymnasium, and they're all dressed up. They're all dressed up in many costumes, and they actually all are completely silent until
What kind of costume?
until any costume. It could be Halloween, it could be Christmas, it could be anything. Until the Trojans score their 10th point, and then like the whole gymnasium erupts. And
this is during a game.
Yeah, this is during a
I
game.
missed that
They
part.
are completely silent until the 10th point.
How
Dead.
creepy is that for the other
Right?
team?
Theatrics.
That is creepy.
When you're in the middle
Is
of
it
nowhere,
every
Indiana, theatrics,
Yeah.
right?
Is
Yeah.
it every game in December or just like
No,
one
it's
particular
game where people actually fly in to take part in this one game called Silent Night.
We got to go.
I
We got to
know.
do it.
We gotta
well,
do it
I can't
next
stay
year.
silent for 10 points.
Well, and that's the thing is that people shh you if you're too loud.
Oh.
What if someone
get
shushed you though? Like if you like dropped something and had to, excuse me, someone like shushed you, like what
I'd
did
be like,
you?
I'm not wearing the
getting kicked
costume.
out.
Oh, excuse
Yeah.
me.
No.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So that was my little.
I like that.
I like that,
That's,
don't ya?
that's like an like a Derrick Henry's grandma watching. I knew you were going to get to that. Derrick Henry's grandma.
They
What?
said they
she was
brought
like 90 something.
Right. She was in the hospital. She couldn't come. She couldn't come to the ceremony. The actual whole entire family was brought to her hospital, and they had a whole viewing party there, and it was so sweet.
Okay,
That
that's things that make you go,
Aw, I know, right?
all right. Jerome, favorite candy. I know you
Yes.
want to get to that. Favorite candy. Go. Don't say
Reese's,
Skittles.
Reese's peanut butter cups.
Ooh, okay.
Is that that's a candy?
That's a
right?
candy.
Candy.
It's
Yeah.
chocolate and
Yeah.
peanut butter and all sorts of good things.
Yeah.
Jerome, so, okay, where can people find you if they want to follow
Yes.
you and check out your arms and all sorts of things?
Well, they could come to
Back
Vegas
muscles.
for one. I mean,
Hey,
Anytime,
did you hear
anytime.
that?
You know,
Oh gosh,
I
we're gonna have to
mean-
be like your personal,
Well, we did it. We did it for you.
No,
There
they
you
could just find me at just Gerome Sapp. Those are my handles for everything.
Just Google you?
Yeah, or just Google me.
We
One.
heard you had quite the picture today.
Yep, we're going to have to go back and go. We'll put that on our Facebook wall, supporting our athletes,
Had to
of
throw my
course.
back up there.
Put
Yeah.
you back into
You
it.
gotta stay
Oh,
balanced.
Lord.
you
We
know
are
what I'm
off
saying?
track today.
You gotta stay balanced.
I don't even know what's going on in
know,
sports anymore.
It's a lot. Where can they find us?
You guys can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and all sorts of different places.
iTunes.
Instagram.
We are on iTunes officially now.
Subscribe
So find our
and
podcast,
like us.
audio
That's
and
awesome.
video,
Listen to us every week
YouTube.
at GirlChatSports.com. And so we're doing something new this week. So we're actually doing a contest. So go online, vote for your favorite arms of the NFL. You can vote for them at GirlChatSports /arms in the NFL or on Facebook, or shoot us an email, GirlChatSports@VegasVideoNetwork.com.
Yes.
Let us know who you think, we'll put this all online, has the best arms. and we will pick a lucky winner and send you a T-shirt, and maybe Gerome will sign it for you. So there you go.
So
or wear it first. I don't know.
You guys are the vote?
No, we're putting it out there to the universe to vote.
Okay.
We're just going to randomly pick whoever people that vote. We're going to randomly pick one.
We'll pick a winner out of the people who vote.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And I'll give you a T-shirt too. All right, wrapping it up. See you next Wednesday. Thank you for watching Girl Chat Sports.
We don't have balls, but we know how to cover them.
I do.